Morning, Northwest District National Council. Item 66, you said withdrawn.
That is correct, and conference has agreed.
But we haven't withdrawn it. 66.
66.
Yes.
Okay, so can you have a word with standing orders in the back of the room? Because that's where I get my list from.
Okay.
Okay. So conference, there seems to be some confusion over item 66 that we've just accepted to withdraw. If conference agrees, I will allow Shamila to go and speak to standing orders. Are you happy with that? Please show. Okay, so we'll do that once that confusion has been sorted. Okay, so moving on to motions. Item 31, South East District, are you ready to put? No? No, morning, yeah.
Morning, Mr. President, Mr. President-elect, top table, delegates. The motion is the annual conference, G. Chopra, South East District. The motion is the annual conference instructs the NEC to negotiate with news wholesalers to ensure that the wholesaler deliver are prioritized to news agents who are engaged in HND. Delegates, nearly every morning we open our shops with trepidation, wondering if the papers have arrived. We have all gone grayer with the worry about our deliveries. You can see I'm a good example. As we know that according to current legislation, delivery boys and girls can only deliver between 7 and 8 in the morning. When papers arrive late, the deliverers have gone to school and we still have to get our papers delivered. If you are a sole member of staff in your shop, you have to make a choice to either deliver to your customers who support you 364 days of the year and close the shop while we do the delivery, or keep our shops open for casual customers who come to our shops daily and as a result forfeit our deliveries. With all the excuses that we get from wholesalers about late deliveries, delivery shortages, driver shortages, roadworks, Brexit, and many others, we, the retailers, are the ones who suffer. On the run my Menzies driver goes out on, we had 16 shops out of a total of 26 who used to conduct home deliveries. Sadly now, we only have 2 shops left engaged in home delivery. Retailers with large news bills engaged in home delivery are now stopping deliveries or seriously considering stopping home deliveries due to perpetual late deliveries and all the aggro, and this is not sustainable. Wholesalers do not care anymore. They will deliver to your shops how it suits them, often delivering to supermarkets and other shops which open hours after the shops that engage in home deliveries. It can take a driver between 15 to 30 minutes to deliver a supermarket. This depends on how quickly the staff at the supermarket opens the door to let the driver complete his delivery. Whilst this motion is Federation policy, we need the Federation to liaise with the wholesalers and publishers to continue to have a dialogue to make sure that all retailers engaged in home deliveries are prioritized for their deliveries. The Federation also needs to speak to editors and publishers to make them understand the dire consequences of their late cut-off times which are impacting our industry and are instrumental in the premature death of home-delivered copy. Unless they up their game collectively, this will be the final nail in the coffin for the sanity of our hard-working retailers engaged in home delivery. Please support this motion 100%. Thank you.
Raj Patel, South East District. Good morning, President. I'm here to second this motion and reserve to speak. Right. Thank you.
Okay, that's Raj Patel's maiden speech. Any speakers?
Morning Conference, Graham Pentland, Northern. I rise to again support this motion. It's a motion that I've talked about for a long time with wholesalers. We had a meeting with the Newcastle wholesale depot last week, and they did say that they know exactly who does do HND in the North East, and that they were in the process of trying to prioritise HND. So I fully support this motion, and I hope you do give it 100% support. Thank you.
Next speaker.
Thank you, Mr. President. Abdul Qadir, Scotland. I rise to support this motion, but I fear the two-tier system it's going to create isn't good for members. We really need to sort of push for everybody to get papers on time and early, and redouble our efforts, put pressure on the publishers, and use social media when your papers are late. Tweet them to these publishers, especially if what works is an empty newspaper stand. Take a photograph and send it to the publishers whose papers are late, and you'll see results soon. But we really need more people to proactively spread that message out there that these papers are arriving at our stores and they're killing the business. So please support this motion.
Any more speakers?
Mohammed Zaria from Northwest. I've got a reasonably good news agent, which I do a lot of HNDs. Now, what's happening is, if we are moving forward, since what we saw in COVID times, everyone relies on home delivery. Now, I've got paper boys, and if the papers come late, it's just a knock-on effect. You know, they were giving us a glorified speech yesterday, but at the end of the day, we need to move forward, and we need to be behind them. If they want to support us, they need to be behind us. It's no use giving it to the supermarket and leaving us behind, because we are the priorities. You go to the supermarket, the shelves are full of newspapers, they're not being sold. And yet we ask for certain papers to reduce the numbers. So please vote for this motion. Thank you.
Mohammed's maiden speech. Next speaker.
Okay, Kuldip Singh Sarkhan, District Delegate for the West Midlands. As much as I understand this motion, I have to be aware. I want to make you aware. So if, say for instance, a shopkeeper opens at 5 o'clock, he's got customers coming in for 6 o'clock on the 6 o'clock shift. So then, if this motion goes through, then that customer could be bypassed to go and deliver to HND customer first, which, understandable, you're my colleagues, and I understand where you're coming from. But also, then the drivers, obviously they're on a route, and obviously the company is going to try and minimise their costs. Now, to try and do it another way, HND customer delivering to a customer, one paper boy or paper girl delivering. But one customer says, I want my papers at 7:05 in the morning because I've got to be on the train by 7:30. So, would our paper boys and girls go to that customer first, even though it may put that child out of their route because that customer wants their papers early? I hope you can understand what I'm saying. As much as I sympathise with H&D customers, You've got to understand there's some shopkeepers in town centres and whatever, or near factories, sell papers at 6 o'clock in the morning. They need them at 6 o'clock. So will it work? I don't think so. So I have to say, even though I may be the only person to say that, I have to ask you to withdraw this because I don't believe it's going to work in the real world.
Request for withdrawal? No, Mr. President. Okay, any more speakers?
Morning, Conference. Morning, President. I support this motion. The reason why I'm in favor of H&D customer, I'm regularly dealing with my wholesaler hubs, and lots of issues, late deliveries, van broken down, wholesalers, publishers, and blah, blah, blah. But end of the day, the van papers arrive late and how chaotic to our retailers, especially home delivery customers. H&D is, especially in our areas, very important. And as a president, last week I had messaged in our branch groups. 3 members they want to just give up to H&D service. They said enough is enough. I think we support this motion. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Any more speakers? No. Do you want to sum up? Okay.
Thank you, Mr. President. Rebutting to the speaker before last, we're not asking that his shop is not delivered. There are shops that are opening after H&D shops open, but are being delivered. They're opening hour and a half, 2 hours later, especially the supermarkets. But they get prioritized, and that's what we are complaining about. If they are taken out of the equation, I think we'll all be happy. So please support this motion.
Okay, Conference. Conference, are you ready to vote? Remember, this is policy, so let's try and get this 100%. Anyway, let's vote now. That's passed. So, Conference, as you know, we allowed Northwest. Sorry? Question? I can't hear you. You haven't got a pad? Okay, so we've got some pads that are not working apparently. So can you put your hands up and keep your hands up if your pads are not working? Whose pads? Can you put your hand up if your pad's not working? So can you put your pad is working? So right, so your pad works. Okay, so as long as your pad's working, that's the important thing. There's one at the back here that pad isn't working. And there's, okay, the West Midlands have also got one. Anybody else? Okay, so let's do 31 again, because it is policy. So let's just run 31 again. Okay, Conference ready to vote? Vote now. No, hold on. Can we line that back up? Item 31. Okay, now we're ready. Conference, vote now. Hold on. I hold the vote. Don't put the vote up. We've still got a problem down here. Can you come? We need a new pad. We'll get you a new pad. We won't wait yet. Okay. Third attempt. If it doesn't work, let me know straight away. Okay, ready? Can we put that one back up again? What's she said? 31. Okay, we're just going to go back to that. At the moment, we're just having some technical difficulties. So, anyway, I was talking about the North West. So, the North West, we gave permission to go to talk to standing orders. I just made a mistake. It should have been 66, except 66A. Not that they've withdrawn it. So, I do apologise to the North West. So, that's what that is. Conference agree? Okay, thank you. I'll take this opportunity while the system out. Has everybody got the forms for the awards for 2022 for January? Can you please make sure that you either fill them out yourself if you feel that you're worthy of one of those awards, or indeed make sure that you take them back to your districts and make sure you put the entries in. It's been extended till the end of November. But currently we don't have a great deal of people in that pot. So we need to get some real entries into that, because we've sold most of those awards to our sponsors and we need them. Now we're getting help from the sponsors also. Camelot, Bookers are helping us when they're going around, and the MDEs are helping us as well. But we certainly need some real grassroots members who haven't entered awards before. Would be great. But yourself, you know, don't be proud about this. If you've done remarkable things and you've got a great shop, put yourself down for the awards. If you find it difficulty to fill out those application forms, we will help you to do that. Just get in contact with our contact centre, 0800 121 6376. Ring that number and just basically we will help you to sort that out. How many people have already entered? And that lies the problem. Come on, I know out there you've got some great shops. I've seen them, I've been to them. You've got some wonderful shops. You know, you need to credit yourself for how good you are. Glyn's asking whether he can backdate it because he used to. Just when you've got this, when you're ready with this system, just put me back on, yeah? Okay, we're going to have to wait. We're going to be struggling for time with this. Oh, look at that, eh? We're back. Oh, say, conference, are you ready to vote? Okay, vote now. Two non-votes. Okay.